Would you like to put your intro to the test?
Yeah, you want to use your intro on this?
Jesus Christ! I was literally getting my other shit ready.
You like me to do the intro this time, there, and you can do the one for one.
No,
for
you're fine. Whichever you want. I don't care.
Okay, you sure?
Hi, folks. Welcome along to another Watch Graps with me. I am Cutter, joined today again by Jonathan and Foxy, and our very, very special guests, of course, Katey Harvey and Phil Boyd. It's fantastic to have you here, guys. How are you doing?
We're good, yeah. Excited to be watching more wrestling.
Yeah, love the grass.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And this is a bit of a different one than what we've done. So we've had, recently, we've had kind of one-shot episodes where we've done, you know, a certain theme and gone through them and all. But this is a theme that started before I even joined the Nerds or Us even channel.
Yes.
And this is kind of trying to figure out which is the best Royal Rumble ever, actual Royal Rumble match, not the event, but the match itself. And so you've had a few already, and we're going to watch another two here tonight. So Jonathan, do you want to get us up to date with what we've already seen from these, and what we've kind of what's in the lead and what's not?
Yeah, so
or just be frozen in time forever. Okay, so let's keep going.
There we go.
Professionalism.
It's all point from my side. If it's just like you're all panicking over nothing, it's grand.
Right.
But,
he's
yes,
back.
no,
he's back.
We're alive again, lads. So yes, again, we tactically deployed Katey Harvey as our Royal Rumble specialist for this one. So we've already looked at 2000 and 2001. I literally said that just for the look on Phil's face. just the neck slowly going out. But yeah, fuck.
lads, I've had a near 20-year career without ever being thrown over the top rope, so
that's a fucking impressive stat into itself.
Yeah,
King of the Rumbles.
Yeah, every single show back in the day ended with a battle royal.
That's weird.
And that, ladies and gents, is how you have a 20-year career. Don't go over the fucking top.
I can go over, like, I practice it all the time. No one's ever thrown me over. I do it for fun, but
yeah. I believe it's called the Iron Sheik in the business, isn't it? That's how it goes.
If I can't go over the top, I can't be eliminated. You have to make me your winner.
Winner by default. That's it. So yeah, this time around, I'm going to put my name to the hat here, and I am picking the 2007 Rumble, for a few reasons. First off, I think it is actually like a first Rumble in a while that was like a really like what felt like a good flow to a Rumble. Because I think the ones beforehand, you kind of had a good idea going in who was going to win. Like you knew it was going to be like the likes of Lesnar, Cena, Batista. They're always in the conversation. This one didn't feel like a clear winner to me at the time, because if I'm not mistaken, Triple H like leg exploded like a couple of months beforehand, so everyone was kind of expecting HBK maybe to win it, and he was always going to be in the conversation, but it wasn't guaranteed, you know. So there's always one or two other names in there you're thinking, well, maybe they could do it, or someone completely left field. But what we got in the end was perhaps one of the best finishes to a Rumble I think we'll ever have. Really, like they knocked it out of the park in that sense. But like I said, we're here to judge on the entire Rumble, so perhaps my rose-tinted glasses are way off here. We'll wait and see, because it's got some stern competition starting off. So I will send you on the links now, lads. Bear with, and we shall get this show on the road.
You think you would have done this and been prepared, like?
Yeah. Well, my internet did die.
Like it's the first time we've done it, Jonathan.
So, you know, it's.
Oh, my internet did die. That means I have a free pass to fuck up.
Yes, that was. I'm recording from my side, then. So yes.
You answered his own question.
Honestly.
Fair enough. I stand corrected.
You sit corrected indeed.
I'm just sassy today. All right, leave me alone.
Yeah, you're very sassy. Do you want to talk about it before we start, or are you happy enough?
Yes.
I broke my really expensive office chair, and I'm not fucking happy. Right?
We've all been there.
I'm sure Apple can pay for a new one. That's okay.
Shut the fuck up.
Get in touch, Apple. We'd love to hear from you.
Literally, not my job. You're going to get my wife in shit. All right.
You say that like it's a bad thing. Any publicity is good publicity, right? Anyway,
If she gets in shit, then by default I get in shit, right? So let's not do that.
but it'll make for great views. You have to think of it that way, Dennis.
Nope. Nope. Fuck that. Right, let's go.
YouTuber, are you? Right, is everyone good to go then?
Yes. Yes.
Awesome. Right then. I shall count us in then. So on 3, 2, 1, play.
Lillian. That's going back.
Yeah.
It is to 2007, I believe.
Solid match there, by the way.
Fuck you.
30 superstars are in the ring. Now the only way to be eliminated.
The hell does that sign say?
Over the top rope.
Actually, I'm not going to repeat it. Never mind.
Yeah.
Which one?
There's a one for.
Sorry, I wasn't.
It's RKO. You can kind of read what it's saying behind Lillian's head there.
Oh no! Let's not read that out.
Bible.
Who is going to enter number 1?
And you know, it's kind of a relatively new thing, isn't it? To kind of announce a lot of the kind of the numbers of the entrants, etc. I mean, you might have 1 or 2 in previous ones, but it seems like they're doing it more often.
I don't like it.
Or am I completely wrong?
I prefer that like they don't tell you anyone that's going to be in it.
Yeah.
Finley's next, is he?
I don't know.
Well, I think Finley was 2 in this.
I really fucking hope he is. I just want to hear that. My name is Finley, and I love to fight.
I'm an Irish stereotype.
Beat the shit out of you with me shillelagh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Finley.
I think you're right, yeah.
I have the amazing ability to
remember
forget
Chris-
matches immediately after I watch them, so I can never remember what rumbles.
And I love to fight. Sorry.
Yeah,
In fairness now, I still prefer this Finley to the WCW one with the weird fucking like Tron jacket and the mullet.
With the half Road Warrior, half fucking leather
boards.
jacket. I like that jacket. I thought that was a pretty cool jacket. But again, I was a WCW guy, so
Katie might agree with you on that front then.
Yes,
You know.
absolutely.
hell yeah. High five.
His matches with Regal and WCW were unreal.
Oh, come here. They were fucking brutal. Like, they'd take lumps out of each other, but they were technically just sound as well, but they'd beat the shit out of each other.
Like, what's scary is that Finley would be what? I want to say like he's close to his 50s there as well, isn't he?
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Like, I mean, like the speed that he could go at the time. Like, you wouldn't expect it.
He retired too early, if you ask me.
Yeah.
You think so?
I still love watching his stuff. And then all of a sudden he just retired like him. So. Like, when you think like Flair's there, like, but Finley can move so much better than Flair, like.
Yeah.
I think it might be one of those things. It's kind of like, you know, keep going, getting beat up, whatever like that, or I settle into a nice cushy producer role.
But we were kind of talking earlier with Debbie, didn't we? Like how useful he was as that producer role, especially for the women's wrestlers. Like
Yeah, we did talk about that in one of our previous episodes with Debbie about how many, if not all of the women there credit Finley hugely for helping them
stand out.
Learn kind of everything. He was always kind of there for them. Oh my God, Kenny Dykstra.
Wow.
Another retired wrestler.
Yeah, only this week, right?
Yeah. About that, yeah.
Fuck off, really?
Yeah, he just packed it in, yeah.
He had so much potential. I always thought he was going to be fucking huge.
And they were trying to push him. They were.
Yeah.
But
And then he decided to get on the wrong side of John Cena.
And you didn't see him again.
Oh.
I bet you wish you could turn back time and be a cheerleader again.
He did until he retired.
Actually,
So-
that's right. He had a bit of a comeback with the Spirit Squad came back with him and
Mitch or something.
yeah.
Mitch and
But I remember
I know Johnny gave in. Like he tapped in.
I remember Kenny's top rope leg drop. I fucking thought it was beautiful because he'd like hook his leg back and then put it forward. And I always thought it was beautiful.
You'd swear he was like he'd done rollerblading or snowboarding or something.
I don't recall actually. That's why it was Kenny was having this feud with Ric Flair at the time. I remember just going on forever, just nothing happening. It's just like old man versus young person. Will they win? Probably not. Powerful talking.
Better put on my glasses so I can see who's actually coming out.
I'll watch along with Katey Harvey, who can't watch along.
Oh, I'm
I
glad. Here we
prefer
go.
the commentary from Katie when she doesn't quite know how the match is going. Well, the green blob has hit the blue blob, and I think the tanned blob is out. Maybe.
Can I ask you, lads, what time are you on? Because my fucking connection shit the bed there for a second.
6:10.
Oh, perfect.
Oh yeah, I'm behind as well. Jesus.
All right. I'll take a pause at 6:18 and get everyone back.
You're
up to speed.
pausing at 6:18. Okay, one
6:18.
sec.
Right now.
You don't want to spoil the surprises, you know.
That's why I got excited for Matt Hardy coming out, but you guys already knew he was in the ring.
Why are we watching Finley again?
Oh shit, why am I back on Finley?
Just couldn't get enough of Finley.
I've just spoiled someone on myself. Okay, right, where am I pausing?
So we're going up to 6:18.
Again, I'm perfectly justified in saying that Katey Harvey is our Royal Rumble specialist. I'm glad we're glad to have you on. Still boy slowly dies.
Imagine he has to live with this. This is just constant
Hey,
all day.
we said Royal Rumble
day.
specialist, not technology specialist.
Not Daily Motion specialist. Yeah,
All
fair
right,
point.
you know.
You good to go?
Okay, now, oh shit, now I'm paused at 6:19. Sorry, guys.
Perfect, no problem. 3, 2, 1, play.
Cool, on track.
Have to go longer than that tonight if he's going to win this.
There we go.
4 men in the ring, all 4 the first entries into the
I think Hardy would have been ECW at this point, wouldn't he? Or was he just about to move over there? Trying to remember. Remember, I think one of the bigger things about this Rumble was that it was the first one with ECW talent in it.
I thought it was 2008.
Was it? I can't recall. I know they made a big deal of it at the time.
Oh, actually, it could have
I
been,
don't
yeah. Because 2006 was One Night Stand.
Yeah.
And then it came back the next year. So this could actually be a...
Hey!
Hey.
And here comes the former world champion.
Speed!
Now the current tag team champion. Edge from Raw into the ring. And Edge going right for Rick
Tag champion. Who is the tag champion this time?
RKO.
Edge and his
Ah.
partner, Randy Orton, Randy
Yeah.
RKO.
Oof.
Oh, and nobody home. Matt Hardy, who has a personal history.
Let's say Hardy
So
definitely
nice to
the
see
extra
his,
spice in that one.
Nice to see his spears caught on camera after a Rumble entry after this year.
And that would be Edge.
Last year.
Yeah, that's
2020, yeah. To be fair, I think was it not his because his first spear was on Anderson, I think, back. But the one he hit on AJ, fucking AJ managed to like dislocate his shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he oversold it.
Yeah.
He did an inside out on a spear and then like folded his arm underneath himself.
And the camera even missed that as well, didn't he?
I can't quite remember actually. Because I've seen the edited versions where they kind of show, the alternate angles when they fuck up. Like, remember when they fucked up AJ's debut?
Yes.
And then they're like, oh no, well, here's an alternate angle. It's like, yeah,
I love
sure.
when that happens. It's like, yeah, we did it for YouTube clicks, lads. Trust us on that one.
Hey, Tommy,
Hey, Tommy boy.
with his fucking cheap-ass version of Alice in Chains.
Yes. Similar but legally distinct. Alan.
Yes, that's the important bit. The old, or as we call the old WCW.
Yes.
Was this in the midst of his really gross gimmick where he'd eat shit off the ground?
Or like tobacco straight out of Taker's mouth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was
Was this when he was doing that gimmick?
Oh no, this is well after that, I think. Thankfully.
He probably still does it to this day.
Not even a gimmick.
I remember he got like a hot dog off an audience member and dropped it, stood on it, and then ate it. And I was like, oh, why are you doing this, dude?
It's mine now.
It's like,
That's
in
what
what
it is.
world is this gimmick going to work? Like,
Can I get a time again because it keeps freezing for a couple of seconds at a time for me.
That's okay.
9 for
10.
36.
I'm gonna stop touching it now.
Right, so who have we got gone so far? We have Dykstra gone
And Flair.
and Flair.
Yeah, Flair is first out.
There's 4 in the ring at the moment.
Hmm.
Matt, Edge,
Oh.
Dreamer, and Finley.
Here's fucking trouble.
Sabu. What a nutcase.
One of my favorite early OTT memories was when he was on the show, and he was in some sort of tag team match anyway, and he gets knocked off the apron. He takes a massive bump into the wooden like Tivoli boards, and God love him, he never learned how to do it properly. So he just leapt onto it and smacked himself properly. You can hear the thud, like the really thick thud when it goes wrong. And he comes back on, and like from where we are on the stage, you can just see like this weird lung-shaped bruise appear on the side. It's like, fuck, that's a sore one. And he was like, bollocks down for the rest of the match, but thankfully wasn't much left in it.
It's so easy to forget that he was actually
You know,
a
yeah.
part of WWE. Or even, in OTT too.
He didn't have much of a run in them here, in fairness. It was very much a case of like, right, let's get all these like ECW people out and start like pushing our own people now.
There's more because they were like ringing up and asking for the booking.
That's
That
it.
as well.
Hunter, Bolt Mahoney's at the door again. Do we let him in? No.
Oh.
Don't.
I think we learned our lesson after we had Dreamer.
Yes, that's it.
So, like, Dreamer was the final straw, basically.
That was it. I still
Care to
hope
elaborate?
we
Promo he cut, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Because that was the promo where he cut about like
Yeah.
House of Hardcore.
yes.
I was on a show with him in Germany shortly after that, and he thinks that went great. he really enjoyed Ireland. A very sweet man, I have to say. The show I was on with him in Germany, he had to cancel previously because he was sick. So he was paying out of his own pocket to fly back to Germany to do a makeup show. Like,
Fair play.
he was literally flying in for 12 hours and then flying all the way back to where he was from. Very, very nice man. But I was like, cool, yeah, Dublin, yeah, thumbs up.
Everyone loves you.
Let's just forget about that. We'll sweep that under the rug. Like, not long after Sabu had appeared for OTT, he'd done an appearance for a promotion in Cork that is no longer around, and it quickly devolved into the worst match you'll ever see, because it just went to shit in less than 5 seconds after the bell rang. He'd completely forgotten everything he was going to do, and took one bump, and Yeah, he had to be carried for that match.
Was he on that fucking run again, did he?
I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't good.
The table's still out there at ringside. That may save somebody, actually. Shelton Benjamin, a legend in the Carolinas, an All-American, a high school football player, a wrestler, track star.
Amber has ended the chat. Guys, what are we watching? What are we watching, guys?
Hey,
Really
hey guys, what's going on?
Hello. Like, can I be in the show? Can I be in the video?
I'm ready for my close-up.
I notice you're trying to watch something and you're not giving me attention. This is not okay.
80. You know that half 8 is my time for my belly rubs.
I do not accept these terms.
These are her actual thoughts, I imagine, on a daily basis.
There's like a cheeky grin on her face and she knows exactly what she's fucking thinking.
Yeah.
She'll never get in Phil's way. I don't know if you noticed that. Like, it's always just mine.
Jealousy. Pure jealousy.
She knows who she can push around.
That's it.
Amber, I can't see.
We're having a bit of a nightmare on this one. As I said, I don't know why, but
Yeah.
like this is the first time I think we've ever been getting hit with ads on Daily Motion. That's fucking weird.
Yeah. That's weird.
This never happens to us.
Yeah.
Only rule. We're just nervous. I'm sorry. I'm just nervous. Sorry.
Give it a minute. Give it a minute.
You saw that boundary and you couldn't just stay on the one side of it. You had to leap over it.
Yeah. On another show,
Amy's not here, so someone had to do it.
Yeah. So this thing's like a professional overall.
I want Gregory Helms' white bandana back, and I don't know why he lost it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Tommy.
I used to love Gregory Helms, like when he was during this area.
He had a good run.
Kind of post Hurricane.
Yeah, like when he went to SmackDown and became a cruiserweight champion. Like, some good matches there.
Mostly his beanie hat, wasn't it?
I don't know. No, it was his music as well. As well. So
That was actually a great table thing.
Yeah.
you knew that was set up just for him.
Oh, of course. But he actually did. Like I really enjoyed how he kind of took it.
Yeah. Surprisingly clean.
And I wasn't a fan of, like, I love Kane. Back in the day, I wasn't such a huge fan when they kind of unmasked him.
Yeah.
But that said, I wasn't as a huge fan when they let him talk either. So I like original Kane.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
It's a nasty bump.
Look at the hair on.
Look at that child.
Sorry, did you hear JBL there?
No.
They say he doesn't drink, he doesn't do drinks. I call that boring.
That's one of his better lines. Like, in fairness, JBL's fucking fantastic around this line. Like, literally, the guy has a line for everything. And it's not just like lecherous old shit like Jerry Lawler. You know, it's actually funny.
That was the one torturous thing, and I said it in the episode with Debbie as well, was watching those goddamn matches.
Oh, back then.
The Attitude Era with Jerry Lawler on fucking commentary was torture. My fucking God.
Yeah.
Because, like, when you watch it when you were growing up, you didn't think anything really of it. But when you look back on it now, it's just like, oh, God.
No, I said it in the episode. When you're growing up, you're whatever, teenage boy, whatever, right? You don't see it the same. But, like, you look back and you're just like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. I'm actually trying to watch the match. Shut the fuck up. like,
you know Shane. Don't answer that question. I absolutely fucking love this.
Oh my God. Speaking of the king.
Yes. a true king.
The true king.
Well, I love as well. My favorite thing about this is that he can even change the way he walks just for the thing. Because Booker used to kind of drop the shoulder and kind of do that, and then now he's the king. He's upright, he's kind of doing like the fucking Jagger walk.
I like the King Booker gimmick. I actually liked it. I thought it was good. It was something different, like.
Honestly, I think he's one of the few people that made it work. Because that seemed to me like a fucking poison chalice at the time. But man, he made it brilliant.
It grew on me. It was one of those things. Like I hated it at first, but like after a while, I was like, "This is actually really good. I like this."
I think because it was so different. Yeah, well, it was so different for him to do.
Yeah,
gimmick-wise, it was kind of a real change for anything he'd done before.
To be honest, it was actually a welcome change for him because it showed that he had range as as a performer. Because we've seen him do bits of comedy like in the past, but this was just like this taking a character, and you can tell he's having fun with it.
Yeah,
but but he still managed to keep it as a heel.
I was the same as you. It was one of those things where I hated it at the start, and I grew to really like it. Oh, super crazy! Where's your lawnmower, boy? Like,
it cutting grass.
No, I'm saying that was his gimmick. That was his gimmick. That was not me saying that.
Hey, then.
Right?
All right.
I saw your face, Foxy. I saw your face.
Like, I did, like...
That was his goddamn gimmick.
I know. I still remember back in the time, I was like,
that was awful.
Why are they doing this to them? Like, it took me a few years to realize, it's a racial stereotype.
It's around the same time as Cream and White as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
They were just doing that community dirty back then.
The only thing, the shocking thing, the only horrible thing that stopped him from doing the Kerwin White gimmick was Eddie dying.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only reason they stopped doing that gimmick.
Who was his caddy? I can't remember. He had some.
Dolph Ziggler.
It was Dolph.
That was Nick.
The caddy. That's what he was called.
Yes.
Was he just the caddy, or was he under Nick?
Nope. He didn't have a name. He was just called the caddy. Hey, it's a start.
Yeah.
Then he'd go on to be a cheerleader.
No, that was
Yeah.
He was, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that was pre-Spirit Squad. Yeah. Sorry, I got mixed up. Yeah.
Although when they first introduced him as Dolph Ziggler, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It's like, hi, I'm Dolph Ziggler. Like the handshake.
Yeah. I used to have the name badge, didn't he?
Like Sean ripping the piss out of him as well.
Yeah.
But when you have gold on the line, King, and you got a shot at going to WrestleMania.
I think it still stands as one of the strangest ring names they've ever had.
Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Well, they stole all their girlfriends.
Yeah.
Like as much as like as obviously like Moxley is brilliant, but I never liked the Dean Ambrose name because as someone who's watched football all his life, I just keep thinking of fucking Darren Ambrose who played Twitch. I'm thinking like I can't back the two up. Like it's ridiculous. It's like no, they're two completely different people. The word Ambrose is ruined for me.
I always liked that move, but you're doomed. The double team.
The wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took a lot for them to get him up there. That looked a bit messy, but I always thought that would be horrible to take.
It is. It's a horrible one to take, but it's a solid like tag move though.
Oh yeah, it looks great. I remember seeing. I can't remember. It's a long while back now. It was like an indie show. I can't remember. There was some tag team did it as their finisher. They called it something nasty. And it was I mean, like it genuinely looks like it hurts. And but yeah, I also wouldn't be first in line to take it if I could help it.
Yeah. Think of it. It'd be along the same lines as the Widowmaker.
Yeah.
The Sean O'Hare's all finish.
Yes.
Oof. Looks on that.
What are you on, guys?
23-10.
No, you don't have to pause. Just tell me.
All right.
23-10.
Yeah.
Like 5 seconds behind.
Yeah, I'm a little bit behind there, so I'll catch up. I was kind of surprised seeing Sandman there.
And in relatively good nick as well for Sandman.
I was going to say, and he looks actually like he looks in pretty good condition.
Yeah. He actually tried. Fair play.
He looks better than he did when he was Hack.
That's, yeah.
In
WCW.
WCW.
You have to appreciate the presentation that he got during One Night Stand. Like they did present him like a fucking star.
Yeah.
Like
one of the best entrances I can remember watching live.
Well, that's because in One Night Stand wasn't Heyman booking that completely.
Yeah.
The first one, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, I mean, he knew what way to fucking book that shit. You know?
Because
worked.
Because the reason it worked is because like it had a completely different feel to what WWE's like product was. Like you could tell straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was obviously the approach, and it worked so. I remember watching it at the time and thinking this is brilliant.
And you know, if they had left it at that, it would have been a perfect send off for them.
Yeah.
It would have been
But
a
then they
fantastic
brought
send
in
off for them.
Zombie, and everything got shit.
Didn't they bring in the Yeti as well? Like
They brought in several things just for Sandman to go out and kendo the fuck out of them.
Do you know what the story? Do you know what the crack with that was? Because it was because they had the TV
Sci-fi.
deals. So
It was on sci-fi, yeah.
Goofy shit. Like they literally wanted to go like fucking beyond belief on this show. And it's like it's wrestling. What do you want us to do? Like, so they did bring. That's why like the likes of Kevin Thorne got it broken because of that.
Yeah.
I'm going to say a controversial opinion here now.
I like them.
No, I
like
liked
Kevin
Mordecai. I liked Mordecai. Yeah, there you go. You wanted controversy, you got it.
At least they didn't give
I
him his
can't even
actual
give
name.
you a valid reason as to why I liked Mordecai, but I did.
You don't need a reason.
I think it was the commitment to bleaching your eyebrows, your mustache, your hair, everything. It was just...
Like, at least they didn't give him his real name. Kevin Furtick.
Yeah.
Like, what an awkward last name.
Isn't he doing the Mordecai gimmick now on the Indies, or is he doing...
He's doing
Thorne?
something similar. Like, he's doing both.
Fair enough.
That's what a lot of them tend to do. A lot of the ones that didn't make it, they tend to just stick with that because that's what they got known for.
Yeah, yeah. And I can't remember, I know... What was it Ariel?
Yeah.
Was with him?
Yeah.
Who's she now? I know she's still doing
Shelly
stuff, and I can't remember
Martinez.
That's who it was.
She's retired.
Yes. She's retired?
Yeah, she
I
retired.
thought I seen her in TNA or something not that long ago.
She went to TNA after WWE, and she was with LAX for a long time. But after that, like, she was just making sporadic appearances for like conventions and stuff.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
He is the man who, well, the only man in history to hold the WWE title and the ECW title at the same time.
See, I stopped. I'm rarely on Twitter, and I don't read like dirt sheets or anything anymore. So I'm out of the loop with all this fucking stuff of who's
This is the way
who's retiring, who's not.
Yeah, like you're in this weird. Like this is 2007. This is like 14 years ago. You're at the point where like I know he's retired, but then you see someone like Kenny Dyke and go, "What's he doing? Oh, he's also retired, right? I feel old." Cheers, lads.
Yeah.
Yeah, King Booker is absolutely livid.
She love his reaction.
None of these have been surprises yet, have they?
No.
They've all been like
No.
roster members.
which is actually surprising. I was just going to say, it does seem like more of a kind of a, not relying on as many shocks. I remember, like, for instance, the one that was 40 people had tons of shocks purely because I think they had to.
Yeah, just numbers. Oh, there we go. There's trouble.
What would be some of the terrible gimmicks that you like?
The world's largest love machine.
I mean, Cutter, if you're looking for a gimmick, I mean, it's right there.
Oh.
There for the taking.
No, at least Viscera was believable in the gimmick. All right, far more than I would be.
Yeah, like, what would be some of the gimmicks that you would have liked, Katey, back then? Like one of the bad gimmicks that didn't make it.
That's a really good question. What's a crappy gimmick that you actually would have been like, I secretly love this fucking gimmick?
I'll go first with Paul Burchill when he's the pirate.
Oh, that's a great choice.
I loved it.
That's a great choice.
I was hook, line, and sinker like into it. Like I loved it.
His swing onto the ramp and everything.
Brilliant. The wink into the camera is like
brilliant.
Hey.
I'm trying to think now who I would have loved.
Yeah, that's such a good question, and like I am susceptible to a good gimmick. Like I do love it. Like I love Elias. You know, at the minute I love the singer shit. So yeah, I'm trying to think like. An answer will come to me about 20 minutes, and I'll just start randomly shouting it, or someone will come into the room.
Remember back to 2007.
I would have been great as Jimmy Wang Yang.
Oh yeah!
Oh hell yeah!
Well, obviously, like you was doing your gimmick.
If we're doing that, can I just pick Doink?
No, it has to be someone around this time, like the.
Okay,
like
let me think.
6, 7, 8.
I'm trying to. Fuck! It's kind of difficult to remember.
It's not that easy.
I'm trying to remember who the fuck was. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look up like a roster from that time.
Okay, you know who I liked? That's just popped into my head. Do you remember Simon Dean?
Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
I always thought that was a really, really good idea. Like the motivational sort of like, that was great.
It took me so long to realize it was fucking Nova from the New World Order. I just could not get that in my head. It just did not work.
Like he put on the size before he went to WWE.
Like, that's what threw me off.
He looked great. Yeah, he looked great when he came to WWE.
I remember SmackDown being just full of these gimmicks, and like it was the case of just trying like everything to see what fucking sticks. Like,
yeah.
Now, Mike Awesome is one of my all-time favorites, but he had some truly shocking gimmicks. In his WCW and WWE, were on like the Fat Chick Thriller, the 70s guy. I think he had a couple more, like, but I've never seen one person get saddled with as many.
And he started out so well, coming in as the career killer.
Yes, that was brilliant.
Great gimmick. And then it just fucking went downhill. And a man, you're right, as a man who had so much potential, like he was fantastic.
I was so happy with the one night stand match that he just got to come back and do that one match to be like, this is why I was the man, like in ECW. Because
he was a huge guy with crazy agility and a ton of power. It was really good. Do you know gimmicks who I think I would have loved? Just answering this question, I think I'm gonna say Boogeyman. I'm gonna go Boogeyman. I would have had fun with that, man.
I'll just throw out some names. I just had to get in the roster here for 2006. I'll just throw out some names for you here. Armando Alejandro Estrada, obviously the manager of Umanga.
I loved him as a manager.
Yeah,
I absolutely loved him.
The Dicks.
Oh God, no.
Eugene, problematic at best. The Geminis.
I remember them.
There's my winner, Heidenreich.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Are you talking about I always get the image of him like holding Michael Cole against the bathroom wall and like reading poetry into his ear.
Yeah, beautiful. What a man.
Him and Snitsky, like together.
Yeah.
It depends when you're talking. Are you talking about Kick the Baby Snitsky, or are you talking about
fucking foot fetish?
Have you seen Snitsky recently?
Oh, he's jacked.
Dude's a tank.
He looks fantastic.
Him and Vladimir Kozlov. They're like
he was
tanks.
Who remembers the Freaking Deacon?
The what?
You might remember more as Festus.
Oh yeah.
There's another gimmick that could have been fun. Festus.
I had a great crack with that.
I had a shelf life.
Found that hilarious, like.
I remember Miz and Morrison versus Jesse and Festus, and they got the bell, and they kept like ringing it.
That's the match I was thinking of.
That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, wonderful.
I deal with this every week. Who's it going to be coming in now? At number 23, who's it going to
Ring's pretty full, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, there hasn't been elimination in a good while.
I was about to make the point there, Michael's hot TV too. Like this is the San Antonio crowd, so they want Michaels to win.
Fucking Viscera looking like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Look at that though, like Sean just comes in, does his full like comeback.
Yeah.
Like Finley's another one of those. You can't just go over the rope backwards.
No.
It's like Kurt Angle.
What a shot.
Everyone just swarms on him. It's like, get him out.
Yeah.
How are those ropes like still holding it though?
How
strong are those ropes?
I don't know why, but like whenever Shawn Michaels is around, bad things happen to Shelton Benjamin. Like, is that like an unspoken rule? Is it like it's like
Still, like when you think about their match together, like that Gold Rush tournament, like
wonderful.
What a good back and forward match that was.
And I mean the ending of that, like the sweet chin music off the jump, that became kind of one of those replayable moments.
Yeah.
As well, because it was done so well.
Jeez, remember Chris Masters? 2, 1, ding. But yeah, like I remember having fun with Chris Masters when we had him over, because we did the last AWR tour bled into main stage.
Yeah.
Like main stage.
Was that the Galway show?
Yeah, there was like I think it was what? Tipperary, Kilkenny and Galway, and then we did Dublin the last day.
Yeah, because I was on those shows as well, and I remember he was like, there was a lot of flyers there for the show in Galway, and he was like, why aren't we handing these out? And he just like grabbed like me and Martine and was like, we're going flyering. And like we just flyered Galway Promenade with Chris Masters. And I was just like, this is really cool. Like you wouldn't see kind of like imports doing that. And he was like, you've got flyers here. We need more people at this show. And he's like, it was a gorgeous sunny day as well. And he's like, yeah, we could just go have a walk. It'll be cool. And I just thought it was like thought really highly of him.
Well, you know what? Yeah, fair fucks to the guy for doing that. Jesus.
Yeah. To Chris's credit, like out of most of the early imports like that, he seemed to have so much fun just traveling to Ireland. You know, kind of way. Like I always kind of got that impression on main stage. He was just really enjoying himself.
Ooh,
you know?
Yeah, him and Carlito together, like they're just having fun.
Trouble.
Yeah. Depends on who you ask. It's trouble. But
if anyone's wondering why Jacob Ray is now bald, that's your answer.
But no, like fun. Like their matches were so easy.
Yeah.
Like it was one of the first times I remember, especially reffing at that time. It's like that I was actually comfortable with import, like to be able to like to actually banter with them. So which is a good thing because it comes across in the ring as well when there's actually a bit of chemistry there.
Carlito, there's somebody who looks fantastic now as well.
Yes.
Yeah. How do you feel? I'm actually a bit disappointed they didn't keep him on after the.
They gave him a few appearances, and I'm assuming that
maybe it wasn't
probably
for him.
didn't. Maybe he didn't want it. I'm sure they would have been more than happy to get him back.
Even for the nostalgia buzz alone.
Well, especially if you get somebody back and they're in better shape than when they were there the first time. I mean,
yeah. Holy shit, yeah.
It's basically like an example of like Carlito 8, 2005 Carlito.
Yes. Those apples, man, have a lot of protein in them, you see.
Jez, remember those bright, colorful like bodysuits?
Oh yeah.
Hey, MVP, that man has worked wonders for several people's careers.
Oh yeah. I remember hating him at the time, but loving his rivalry with Matt Hardy though. I absolutely loved it, like their back and forward, because like it gave them a chance to actually show like dueling personalities, but in an entertaining way. Oh my god.
That was one of the things about SmackDown around that time. It's just like there's just a lot of contrasting personality. Good question, Chris.
That's exactly what I was laughing at.
Important thing is that he tried. That's the important thing. But yeah, like it's just like because that brand was like they weren't like people like natural stars, but they were developing, you know, and they're all at the same time. So you had Kennedy, MVP, Reich, not so much, but and then you had them like messing around with the likes of Undertaker. So like pop onto a SmackDown, you'll see Taker facing off against MVP. It's like, right, that's a strange match. I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Or you know, I kind of liked Heidenreich back in the day until they put him into Road Warriors.
Yes, that was the definite one. Oh, there you go. Right on cue, we were talking about him. He was very much one of the case of like once he turned face, the character lost all buzz, which is a shame.
But he had such a powerful debut. Like he won the US title from John Cena, I think, on his debut.
Yeah. And then when he debuted on Raw, he won the IC belt.
Yeah, like
so they had high hopes for him.
Oh, definitely.
For sure. I mean, like, it wasn't like he didn't bring anything to the table. He had a good personality, like, on camera, but also, like, his moveset was actually very...
It was very different.
Yeah, it was very different compared to some of the others on the roster. I mean, some of his moveset is used now by a lot of...
Holy shit, I just remembered his fucking awful merch, though. Do you remember his merch?
Yeah, Eat Spit.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't even Eat. No, that was better. Do you not remember the original one?
The apple with the face? I'm trying to remember.
I don't even want to say what it says.
I think I remember.
All right, okay, I'm going to do it.
Was the age-old question of...
Yeah, it was a picture of the apple thing. Do you spit or swallow on it?
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, why is that? I get, edgy, you know?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
That's exactly what it was.
And now we ask the eternal question, folks. Who is going to eliminate the Great Khali?
Hall of Famer.
Yes, shockingly.
I saw a training match of his, probably OVW, and that fucker, he was jumping in over the top rope, and he was fucking doing drop kicks, and it was like, oh my god, man.
I remember seeing him.
No, honestly, he could move, like he could really move, and then obviously by the time he got up to WWE, his knees were obviously fucked.
Yeah. No, I remember watching an old match of his. I saw him, I don't think it's New Japan. I think it's All Japan or somewhere like that. And he's having a match against like another big 7 foot giant.
What is sell from Randy?
He's dead.
That was bunk.
Dead.
Bye, Sparky Plug.
Yeah, good luck.
That's Thurman to you. You were talking about Dolph Ziggler having the worst name ever? Thurman Sparky Plug.
Oh, this is fucking prime era Miz here. And good night. don't look now, Katie. Don't look now.
I'm about 10 seconds behind again, so.
Let's just pretend he won.
That's he was with Morrison at that point, wasn't he? Yeah, he was. He was definitely.
Yeah. They were doing the dirt sheet and all.
That's right, yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Love that.
Oh, that's when he was doing the chick magnet gimmick, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I always find it funny, like how gassed these lads are, like, and they didn't really do much.
Yeah,
Who, the big guys?
Yeah. Like, it's not like they were sprinting around the ring.
No.
Ali has been non-stop now for about 3 minutes. Like.
I mean, once Great Khali dropped in, the work rate just went foof. Like,
fuck's sake, Foxy, stop putting your insane cardio expectations on others, will you? For fuck's sake.
Fucking Randy Orton takes a chop and gets to lie down for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I didn't get that privilege, mate.
think of him as he get it, like.
Absolutely nobody. I'd have second thoughts about coming out now. Oh, here we go. Maybe there is someone.
Here we go.
Yeah. See, I remember watching the time thinking it was such a rarity to see the Undertaker in the Rumble because, like, he hasn't been in one since he was Big Evil or the American Badass. Like, he had never been in the Rumble before this, so this just felt so fucking strange.
I remember looking at this thinking, my God, they've Giant Gonzalez him again.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, they've said, here, we have this giant. Make him look brilliant. Well, fuck.
And Lord knows he tried.
And in fairness, like, Khali was a lot better than Giant Gonzalez. That's for sure.
Jesus Christ.
Didn't even need a bodysuit.
I remember Giant Gonzalez fucking Elegante in WCW. He was even worse, if you can believe that.
Oh, I could well believe it. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Cool.
Love it.
Although, like, compared to a lot of people in the Rumble, like, Taker just did things a lot smarter, in the sense that, like, if you, like, he's going for his old school there, but he's constantly looking to see, like, okay, no one's there. Whereas, like, back, like, a few years ago, you'd see a lot of people just not caring.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to use the ropes. Oh, well.
Yeah, it's time for this spot now.
Yeah.
So, you know, rather than actually make it look decent.
By the way, this is a cracking Final Four, by the way. HBK, Taker, Edge, and Orton. Fucking lovely.
It really, I have to say that, like, I mean, so I couldn't remember it fantastically when you kind of mentioned it, and I made a point of not going and kind of looking up, because I like to go into these matches as fresh as I can, you know, and give an honest reaction. But when you said at the start, like, it had one of those stronger kind of Final Fours, and you couldn't really call a winner, I mean,
because for
in
context,
retrospect, obviously we know who takes it, but at the time, there's no way you could call this.
Yes. Because for context,
any of them are viable winners.
Yeah, like, these two were actually at loggerheads. The tag team champions, and they were both. They had the feud with DX, but obviously that was on hold. So they're both looking to win the Rumble. was also tag team champions. See, I just RKO'd Sean.
RKO has to be one of the kind of the best explosive finishers that we've seen in a long time. Now I know it's ace cutter / fucking diamond cutter, all that stuff, but they all did it more. Even DDP did do the whole kind of out of nowhere thing, and then did do it from different positions, but it still didn't have that same kind of speed and impact that Randy hit with it.
There was a slight setup to it. With Randy, he was just like slick straight into it.
Yeah.
In fairness, like, to anyone that did it, they all did it in their own way.
Yes, that's
why
true
it
too.
stood out.
Yeah.
So
I remember Ryan Small having a fucking brilliant cutter, because he used this like slingshot off the ropes and do it, and he just was always so snug with it.
The out of nowhere.
Yes, love that move.
Is Taker bleeding?
Yep.
Yeah, it was
is.
the chair shot.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if anyone else remembers it, but remember the first blood match he had with Kennedy?
I do. Didn't he someone
Taker?
bleed from the mouth and that was the finish? Yes.
Like,
that was clever. I like that.
Like, I knew it. Like, I called it like before it happened. I was like, as soon as Taker gets his hands on that chair, we're done. Like, we're absolutely done.
Yeah.
Like, and obviously, like, it wasn't the finish I was expecting, but the aftermath was what I was actually calling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things I always loved about Taker was, so he'd usually do a lot of stuff. He would never be like the fastest mover in the ring in general. Like, he'd do everything with purpose and intention and all that. Not that he'd be slow, but he'd move with purpose. But then he'd have those explosive things, like the snake eyes to the corner, take off the ropes, boom, with the clothesline. Like, and it was so impressive because it was so fast from going from slow. I always loved that.
Yeah, it was great. Just going through the gear so quickly.
Yeah, and then he'd just go back to doing the slow deliberate again, I loved it. Rather than just being 90 miles an hour the whole time, it was just more like, holy shit, he's taking off now.
Yeah.
Slow, deliberate, and then explosive. Like,
yeah.
Makes him stand out. Again, like, he was just very smart in how he presented himself, even though he was a bigger guy.
But that goes to everything and how much he cared about his character. Look how long it took him to do an interview out of gimmick.
Yeah.
Like, he really didn't start doing them till he was done.
Yeah.
That was fucking brilliant. And this is the fun part.
We know what's going to happen here. It's brilliant. Just waiting for it. Like,
they're both having a lie down. The crowd are hopping. Like,
because everybody even there knows what's happening. They know Taker's going to sit up and Sean's going to kip up, but we all are just waiting for it to happen.
Yeah.
There we go.
I don't know how many fucking times I've watched the last 5 minutes of this match. Fucking hell.
These two legends are face to face. One of these men is going to headline. How long's it been since we've seen this?
Like, in fairness, like, it was a brilliant finish.
Yeah. But what was amazing about this was that like these two lads have it would have been the first time that I remember.
Dude, he just fucking bumped down onto the corner of that fucking chair.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Sore one. But like, to my knowledge, I don't think these two have interacted since they came back, because Taker was always SmackDown and Sean was always Raw. This is the first time they've met now since the comeback. So this felt special in its own right. And of course, this then became like the perfect like preview into like WrestleMania 25, where you're just like, fine, let's let the two have a match.
Two cornerstones of this company go at it when everything possible is on the line. Shawn Michaels with rights and lefts, and one of these two men are going to WrestleMania. Quite frankly, these two
I always flinch a little bit when they do the whip like that.
never better. Shawn Michaels in trouble in the corner. We are watching a moment in time. Shawn's on the apron, headbutt by the Undertaker. Shawn may be close to being eliminated here.
They have the crowd completely.
Yeah.
He's knocked off the apron, then Shawn wins it. Shawn Michaels going for the victory. Undertaker hanging on. Oh, by Shawn. How did that right hand? If he gets it loose, Shawn goes to WrestleMania.
Very subtle as well. Shawn moving the chair out of the way.
What is it going to take? Both of these men are so
Because that's why I could never be a wrestler, because I'd be like, if I'm ever doing a rumble, I'd be too preoccupied about not falling my arse on off the apron to do any of those spots. Like that would, like, yeah. Well, that too as well, to be fair. Like, that's
World Slide.
The final two men, perhaps the biggest stars in the history of the WWE, going at it in the middle of the ring, and both of them in their prime with everything on the line. It doesn't get any better. San Antonio's on Shawn Michaels' hometown crowd.
I love the way he kind of sells that boot.
the sail away, like
Just the kind of sideways, just boof down, you know. And no, I'm not talking about when he took the fucking Hogan boot. That was just.
Well, we'll get to that in a later episode.
That was down, back up, down again.
That match is just fantastic.
Yes.
Oh,
Wait to watch it.
I love the way he still denies that he wasn't taking the piss.
Oh, he's well taken.
It's like, you absolutely were, you fucking liar.
He's just putting the booger over. Come on, clearly, good worker.
It's like, wasn't it? It was because Hogan. It was meant to be a kind of, you know, the usual best three.
Yeah.
And they were going to have the rubber match at the end, and Shawn would take it, like he'd do the honors back. But Hogan obviously used his control and said, "Nope, no, brother." And so Shawn went, "Right, fuck you."
Shawn ripped him apart in the Larry King spook.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Shawn was on fine form for that feud, man. Fucking hell.
Oh man.
That was also when he did the fucking Bret Hart return.
Yes.
In fucking Montreal.
Yeah.
The fake Bret Hart return, and then said he'd fucking screw him again.
I am way behind. These ads are killing me.
Yeah, Jonathan, I'm going to have to lodge a complaint here with you. This is, I mean, shoddy workmanship, Ted.
Well, if it's any consolation, right? We'll stop at. I've got 56.25 there. So if everyone takes a pause at that.
Okay, 56.25. We'll pause.
The pain that I'm going to have trying to edit all this and make sense of it will ebb away at me. So, you know, think of it that way.
And also, yeah, it's kind of weird getting hit with these ads on Daily Motion. That has not been an issue before.
Especially when they're not ads, they're just a blank screen that says ad.
Yeah, isn't that the fucking worst? Have you gotten hit with the same ad twice in a row yet? Because that's happened to me.
Yeah,
I've had this. I've happened to me once on Daily Motion where, like, I can't remember what I was watching, but it was like an ad every 10 minutes on it. So whoever was doing it was the right fucker. And no word of lie, the exact same ad kept popping up, and it was for like the unemployment payment. And do you want to hazard guess who the fucking voiceover on it was? Fucking Ango.
No way.
Yeah.
So literally, Ango pops up every 10 minutes to tell me about the unemployment payment. I said, Ango, I'm fine. All right, you don't have to keep that. I'm sure he's well paid for it though.
56.25.
Yes, 56.25. Yeah.
And just as I got to it, it went back to 52. Jesus Christ.
Let's do it.
love his elbow drop off the top. I know I said that last time, and anytime we have a Shawn Michaels match on this show, but I just love the kind of slap up he does.
Yes.
Halfway through, I love it.
It's quite refreshing to see HBK with hair again. Like actual hair. Fuck you,
I remember he was booked for some Christian event in Ireland, and he had dropped by Waterford Crystal in the city here.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, people were asking him on Twitter whether he was in Ireland because this Christian thing had advertised him and they weren't fucking meant to, right?
Yeah.
Because he wasn't going in a wrestling capacity; he was going as in a born again Christian capacity. And he was denying. And I remember walking past fucking Waterford Crystal because my work was right by there at the time. And there was a swarm of people. I was like, that's kind of weird. They don't usually have that many. And I just seen him in a fucking DX shirt walking around Waterford going, that fucking Shawn fucking Michaels in Waterford. What the...
Didn't he have that with Edge when he was taping Vikings up in Dublin Castle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Christchurch. Yeah. Like, my job's in Pearse, I could have easily just said, here, fancy pint, lads. We talk wrestling if you want, or Vikings, whichever.
I think it was more of a fact that, like, if I was walking past and I had expected that he was in the city that day, it would have been, oh, that's really cool, that's Shawn. But it was more of a case of, is that actually Shawn fucking Michaels? And then going, yeah, in Waterford. And I'm late for work. I can't even go in to see Shawn Michaels.
He wasn't advertised. But I won't draw attention to myself. Wear a DX shirt. No one will notice.
But he wasn't like, the Christian thing wasn't in war. He was obviously just there as a tourist.
Traveling. Yeah.
Like, because the thing he was doing was like in Wexford or something. But yeah, that was a weird day, man.
I would have been like, sorry, Job, I need an extra few minutes. How often am I going to see this?
Yes.
Like, it's Shawn fucking Michaels. Imagine if the boss was just like, well, yeah, it's Shawn Michaels. Why didn't you say?
Or he would have sacked you because he's a Bret Hart fan.
I like Marty Jannetty more.
Jesus Christ. There's the rare statement. Can you just clip that and put it at the start of every single episode and watch Graps with me now? Just saying,
I think if you do that,
I like Marty Jannetty more.
That's down to things that people have never said before and will never say again. Cheers for that, Foxy. That was quite literally beyond it. But, so yeah, that's the 07 Rumble, lads. So again, the scoring is slightly different for this. So we all pitch in and give our scores for it. So who wants to take first batting? Who wants to give their numbers?
I'll go first, sure.
Okay.
So a great Rumble. First off, I mean, I get what you were saying. Like, what you said is completely true. It has a nice flow to it, and the final four is great. And as I said at the time as well, like, obviously in hindsight we know who won, etc., etc. But at the time, it would be hard to know who was going to win out of those four. Like, you'd be hard pushed to call that, especially Taker taking it. You might have thought Shawn would get, because I suppose Taker was one of those things that would always just find himself in the main event without the Rumble. Or could easily if he wished to. The match in general, it was solid. The one thing, and obviously everything in this is subjective, and I love a bit more. I'd love a bit more unpredictability, not from the final four, but from the match in general. Like I'd love there to have been a few more surprises, maybe 1 or 2 shock returns or something like that. But that's me. I'm a sucker for that in the Rumble. So I'm gonna say, I'm sorry, these scores are out of 10, right? I mean, same as usual, 10, right? Yeah. Not a bad Rumble, but in my personal opinion, it was lacking some of that stuff. So I'm going to go 7.5.
Okay, that's fair enough. I was kind of going the same. I was thinking the same way myself, like, because I remember even looking back at this one, like, the one kind of thing that was missing was a good surprise. Now, I suppose you could argue, like, having the ECW crew in there was like it made the Rumble did feel a bit different, because when have you seen table bumps and kendo sticks and stuff like that? So they did actually, like, this Rumble actually felt a bit different from the ones before, which is, I suppose, a good way of doing it. But it would have been nice to have, like, someone who perhaps you had in reserve for ECW come in for this one, you know. But I suppose all in hindsight, like, overall, like I said, I what I've remembered from this Rumble was still there mostly. I think, much to your point, Dennis, I think it was just missing a return or a debut or a surprise of some kind, and this Rumble would have been top tier. So I'm going to be slightly harsh on myself and give it an 8.5, because, like, even the finale alone is fantastic. But I think it's still a solid Rumble overall, all things considered.
Yeah, so, like, with that, like, it is gonna be a repeat of everyone else. Like, it could have done with a good surprise. Now, thinking about at the time, like, Final Four is unreal, like, in terms of the caliber of people that you have in it. And then for the finish, the final 2, I'm not gonna lie, like, I remember watching this and proper, like, standing up waiting for it, because I was really bet into it. Because when were you gonna see, like, Shawn and Taker in the final 2? So I remember looking at that really, like, intently. Yeah, but it wasn't a bad Rumble. It's solid, like, and just lacking a few surprises. So I'll give it a 7.
7, good.
Yeah.
Very well. And so, Katey, as our Royal Rumble specialist, I'm expecting tough marks here.
Well, in my expert opinion, you know, I've looked at everything carefully for the last hour.
You have to go back to a few things.
Like everyone said, I'm going to take a point off for lack of surprises. I'm going to take a point off for misuse of the Miz.
Fair point.
That's possibly the best point deduction we've ever had on the show.
We haven't had that before now, to be honest. We haven't had that before. That's amazing.
And God damn it, I agree. The Miz is the best fucking thing going. Shut up, everybody else.
I love how everyone's on, like, a Miz highlight this week because of his documentary, you know. Like, I feel justified for my, like, 15 years of fandom, you know.
Yes.
So
I've loved the Miz since he was reading his cues off the palm of his hand for the fucking demon search.
I wasn't quite on board then. I was on board shortly afterwards.
Yes.
Phil, do you want to deduct a point for anything?
I can't score that event because
you were watching the football.
No, I was watching that as well, but we were watching about 10 seconds behind the lads, and they were commentating on things that we had seen. I was like, I hate this. It was just not enjoyable for me. Like, the whole experience was a 1. The match itself, if I was watching it without the advanced commentary, I'd probably give it an 8, but it was a 1 just watching it there. It's really frustrating. Too many ads.
So
yeah,
so
the ads
point
did
off
hurt.
of Daily Motion.
Maybe I think a 7 might be fair. I think, yeah, I enjoyed the final stretch, but, you know, surprises are a big thing in the Rumble for me. I get very hyped every single year for surprises. So, and that's because every year I convinced myself Sting was the surprise entrant. I think we've talked about this.
It's always that point in history, yeah.
Yeah. So lack of Sting, I'll take the 3rd point off for lack of Sting in this Rumble, and we'll go for a 7 out of 10.
Nice.
7 out of 10 needs more Buck Bagwell. There we go. That would have propelled it into the echelons. So that's good. So that's a 30 overall. which is not bad going, all fairness. So it ranks second. It's behind 2001, but ahead of the 2000 Rumble. So that's
which is I was going to ask where's the Rumble I picked in the rankings.
It's there. It's certainly ranked. It's the best way I can put it at the moment. But not too bad. It's good. It's there. It's there in the third. It's third. It's the bronze medal so far.
It's a quota Rumble, isn't it? Like it's just there to make up the numbers.
That's it. Yeah. It's our D grade. But yeah, that's the 07 Rumble. So Dennis, I'll take out your duties if you don't mind, and we'll get this done. So Katey, Phil, thank you very much for your company tonight, and we're going to have you very, very soon to watch another Rumble. We're going old school this time. We're going 1994, which should be very exciting for everyone involved. But until then, folks, thank you very much to Dennis or Foxy, and to yourselves, Katey and Phil. And by all means, if you wanted to watch more of our Watch Graps, it's all on the playlist. We do this every Friday night, so watch along with us with the link below. But until then, lads, we'll see you for the next Watch Graps with me. Until then.
Bye.